Hey, what's going on, guys? Dresean here. In today's video, you're going to learn how to do competitive research for SEO. So there are many, and this should be for any marketing channel, okay? Whenever you're looking at your competitors, you're going to want to figure out what they're doing and where you can capitalize off of and what you can do. So, in this video, I'm going to be showing you this free tool called SimilarWeb. Now, they do have a premium version, but they don't have it listed on their website. But it's pretty good to kind of do competitive research and figure out where most of the traffic is coming from for your competitors. So let's just jump into this real quick. So as you can see, I have Joe Balestrino pulled up right here. He's one of the people who's ranking with me for the term SEO expert NYC alongside this other person. For the purpose of this video, though, not to make it not too complicated, I'm just gonna look at Joe. So what we can already begin to identify once we type his domain in here is SimilarWeb would kind of show us like what are the total visits he has received to his website from March to May. And then not only that, it shows us device distribution, which is like where is it coming from, desktop or mobile. I don't think that we have access to this data right now because I think you need the enterprise version to see the mobile data. Then you can also see some analytical data. Like you can look at his bounce rate, you can look at his average visit duration, you can look at his monthly visits, and these numbers are pretty accurate, guys. So if we continue to go down, I mean, you can also see where most of his traffic is coming from. And like I said, this is 100% free. You can see where most of his traffic is coming from. So you can see that most of his traffic is coming from the United States. And then the second highest is Italy, and then so on and so on. If you go down, you can see what marketing channels he's receiving the most traffic from as well. So we can clearly see that more people are coming to his website from directly typing it into the search bar as opposed to any other marketing channel. However, the second highest is organic search. So that means people are looking for certain queries on Google, they're finding his webpage, and then they're clicking on it. He's not getting any traffic, according to this, from social, referrals, email, paid search, or display advertising. So this could be a huge thing that he's missing out on, and this is kind of what we could capitalize on. So we know that he's seeing a lot of success with just these channels, and that's great. We can kind of replicate what he's doing here, but then we can also start to like target other channels as well. Something something to keep in mind. Now, if we look at this, we can see organic. We can see what search is bringing him the most traffic, and this says ad, which I believe is false. Yeah, so this is not an ad. I don't know why it says ads. But you can kind of see like what terms are bringing him the most traffic. Obviously, if you want to see the whole thing, you got to pay for the enterprise version of this tool, which I would have bought if they had the price on the website. But I'm not gonna like go out of my way to buy this. So look, you can see a lot of data here, and this is very important whenever you're doing competitive research because you can start to capitalize on some of the things that they might not be capitalizing on. Like you can start to, you notice that some of the people that goes to his website are from Bulgaria, so maybe you can create Bulgarian content on your website and use the hreflang tag to kind of let Google know who should see that specific version of content. Okay, so. So now that we kind of know this about Joe and we know this about his website, we want to take his website and we want to plug him in Ahrefs. Now, Ahrefs is not free, but in my opinion, if you're going to pay for a tool, it's probably the single most important tool, that paid tool in my opinion, because it can do everything that most of the other tools can do. Like you can do keyword research, competitor analysis, and stuff like that with this. So it's a really good tool. So what we can start to do, and what's very important in SEO, is to start to identify like the backlinks and to start to identify the referring domains. So the referring domains are going to be the people that's actually sending him links. So we can see like he's getting links from all of these different websites. And you basically want to be able to identify what you can take, like what's a good opportunity for your website. So you could click on this. You could go through them one by one. You could look at these websites and see if you even would like to be posted on here. This is clearly this cannot be. I believe that this is a directory. So he's using directories. because I don't think that this is a actual, or possibly could be. Um, but anyways, let's go back. So we identify that, and we're also going to look at his backlink profile to kind of see what articles are linking to him and stuff like that, to see if there's any opportunities for us. So seven simple but overlooked SEO audit tips. Let's just see. So if we click on this, he's in Search Engine Journal. We could possibly say, hey, we could reach out to these people and say, hey, the name of this article is 7 simple but overlooked SEO audit tips, and we could say 8. We could send them an email, and the subject line would be 8 simple overlooked SEO audit tips, and then we could give one tip and see if they'll accept it. That's something to kind of like. That's how you get kind of creative with it. Oh wait, actually no, we can't do that because this is something that he actually wrote. So I mean, obviously since he wrote it, it tells you that they're allowing people to guest post. So let's just see. So Search Engine Journal. Or like they probably have something, but I can't find it right now. Let's see. What the hell is this? See anyone's analytics account. Nacho's analytics. Probably shouldn't have clicked on that, but it seems pretty interesting. Alright. So, this is a potential opportunity. You could kind of look at this and see if there's any way for you to kind of get on there. That's something you would come here, you do your research, and you kind of try to get in there. Then you could look at all the other places that he's getting links from, and you could actually filter this by domain rating. So you can kind of figure out like where you want to be in terms of domain rating. So if you want to be on an authoritative site, then you need to get authoritative links. But obviously, when you're new and you're building a website from scratch, you should be starting. You should kind of be starting from scratch, and you should be not starting from scratch, but you should be diversifying your links a lot, and making sure that you have the right anchor text and making sure that you have the right link diversity. Because if you are not doing that, if you're just simply getting links from 70 DA sites, you're going to get penalized because Google is going to think that you bought the link, or that something happened to where you got it, and it's a PBN or something. So you need to start off, like if you have 0 domain authority, you need to start off going to the smaller blogs and trying to get on those first, or going to directories and trying to get on those, and then trying to go to these bigger blogs and then getting listed on those for guest blogs or something like that. So that's something that you should do. If we go back to overview, and there's a lot of things that you could kind of see in this tool, but I'm just kind of show you like I'm trying to give you an idea of what's the most important. So we can start to identify his keywords, right? And what we want to do when we're identifying his keywords is, for number one, we want to see what he's ranking for in the first position. So you would come here, click position, you can start to see what he's ranking for. But what you really want to also see is the KD. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go on ahrefs. You're gonna go, because KD means keyword difficulty. And it's basically a score that kind of gives you like a range between like 0 to 100 and how difficult it is to rank for a keyword. We want to find a low-hanging fruit, which means that we want to find the keywords that bring in traffic but have a 0 KD. So in order to identify that, we need to filter by 0 KD, okay? But we want to make sure that we're only going for things that's within the 100 range. See, so he has only one thing that is within the 150 search volume range that he's ranking for, that has a 0 KD, and he only has he's only in position 64. So this is something that we could definitely take. We could definitely use this to our advantage, because we know that he's not really ranking as high as he could be for it. And the way we would go about doing that would obviously be looking at how Google is showing it and stuff like that. But whenever you're using this tool, you also want to filter by volume right here. So it has to be from 100. And as you can see, everything with a 0 KD this is the only thing that came up. So this is the only kind of opportunity that you have if you have a 0 KD or zero domain authority website. Now you can try to go ahead and write for this, but it's going to be harder to rank for it. So let's go back. And I mean, we can start to identify all of these keywords, and you ideally would want to do this to every single competitor on Google to figure out what they're ranking for, what keywords they're going for, and how and what they're not. Like for example, we see like this is bringing him, San Diego expert. It will not bring him, but it has a search volume of 4,100 searches per month, and we can see he's in position 8 for this. So this is something that we could probably look at and be like, okay, how can I get this? And it only has a 13 KD, so I could definitely rank for it. And this is kind of like what he's showing for this. So just good to keep in mind, good things to kind of show, and it's really important when it comes to doing, competitive research on SEO. But if you want to get more deeper, you want to like really identify what your So let's close out these tools. Close out all this stuff. So if you want to get more deeper and start to identify really what your competitor is doing, you could go on their domain, right, and you can start to identify like, okay, what are they doing, like for real. So we notice that when we come to this website, to the homepage, first of all, when we went to this last page, okay, this page is taking forever to load. Number one, so that's probably something that we could get an upper leg on. So let's just look at that. gtmetrics.com. It's taking forever to load, but we can see that he has a book your free consultation button right here. So that kind of tells you that, he's getting people to come to this website. He has a strong call to action right here. I mean, the call to action could be a lot stronger. I feel like certain things could be changed, but I'm not going to like say that, because then, what if he finds this video and he changes it? But anyways, look, he has a bunch of things. He has a nice form down here. He has this capture on the form, so like people can't like send bots to fill it out. And he also has a chat bot. And this is something that I don't have. So this is something I could probably put on my website. And when I came here, it actually it popped out by itself and asked me if I have any specific questions or needs. And that's kind of a call to action as well, in my opinion. Well, not a call to action, but it kind of like starts a conversation with the user and gets them engaged in speaking with you. Okay. As we can see, yes, his load time is very, very slow. None of his images are optimized, which is pretty bad. He has a 10-second load time, which is really bad. It's extremely bad. It should be about 2 seconds, and that's something that we could kind of capitalize on. So we already know two things that we know. One thing that he's doing that we're not doing, and we know one thing that he's not doing that we could do. So that's two things that we could capitalize on. Okay. Then we go to the homepage. And let's just see. I mean, and we also know that he has a schedule call button right here, which is a good call to action. And we know that we don't have that either. I don't know why there's a search button right here. That's kind of weird. But, this is something that we could do. This is an opportunity that we could take advantage of. Like companies I've helped, I don't have any of this on my website. I don't have any of the companies that I've helped on my website. So that's something that we could kind of like do as well. So there's a lot of things here that we could do, and there's a lot of things here that he's doing that we're not doing, and so there's a lot of things we could take advantage of. So this is kind of the things you want to look for. I mean, you want to also see like what keywords he's targeting as well, which is what I showed you on ahrefs. But you want to see like specific pages. Like right now he's targeting SEO for roofers, and the reason why he's probably not ranking for this is because he's probably doing it wrong. Like some of his competitors. So let's see, like SEO for roofers. First of all, so these people have significantly more content than him. Yeah, they have So, the people who are ranking for this specific keyword, as you can see, most of them have significantly more content than Joe. They also have a call to action right here. So this is something that he's not doing that I noticed right away, and something that we could kind of implement in our strategy to get more results and get more people to come to us. And I like how they kind of like have this built out. So if you see this, you can see like they have their number right here. They have get pricing, and then it's built out kind of like a blog where it kind of shows you like what you should expect, how long does SEO take, roofing marketing campaigns, all this different stuff. And then it shows you all the way at the bottom some of their case studies, which is pretty good. Like our roofing projects, you click view portfolio, it takes you to that portfolio. So this is a really good website in the way that they approached it, because it gives the consumer or the person who's interested enough information to kind of figure out more about what they have to offer. They have a nice call to action right here that scrolls with you. And let's just see how this looks on mobile. So if we inspect this and we pull it up on a mobile view, we can pull it up on a mobile view. Let's just see. So, this, I like how this follows you. I like how they have many call to actions. It just makes sense, okay? And this is something that Joe isn't doing. This is something that I would do. So competitive research is very essential to figuring out why people are ranking, why people are doing good, and what you can do to kind of achieve the same result. With that being said, guys, it is 7:12 in the morning, as you can see. I'm literally recording this video today, and I'm about to upload it. I keep saying a lot because I'm tired, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys learned something new, and thanks for watching again. Thanks for coming to my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and please make sure to subscribe and leave some comments if you have any questions. Peace.